What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Bit of Footy YouTube channel for another tipping video. Let me just make sure I'm in focus. I am. So yeah, today I'm going to be running through my round 13 tips. It is Queen's birthday round, or I guess the round where Queen's birthday is in. Anyway, let's have a look at what the tips are like this weekend. I mean, my tipping competition is like this weekend. We've got me in 10th spot, so I've sort of crept my way up. I think I moved 5 spots up from last week. Shannon is on 76 points. Pat is on 75 points and M Universe on 74. So I'm sort of, just keeping in the game a little bit. 5 points behind the leader. So I got 5 out of 6 last week. So did a few people. Pat got 3, so that's why it's not in the lead anymore. But I'm sticking on 71. So hoping for a good week of tipping this weekend, and hoping to sort of slide my way up the ladder a bit more. So let's see how it goes. Obviously, if you haven't already as well, make sure to get yourself a Freeze M&D beanie. They don't cost a lot of money. They're pretty friggin' warm, especially this year's one. I've got this year's one, the Freeze M&D 7-1, so make sure to get one, and you can leave a donation on the website as well. So if you want to, you can do that. Alright, the first game we've got is the Power taking on the Cats tomorrow night at the Adelaide Oval. Should be a great clash, this one. I'm going to tip the Power in this one. I'm going to tip them by 16 points. I feel like they sort of really needed that bye. Obviously, they had that great game against, that great start against the Dockers, where they kept the Dockers goalless in the first quarter, I believe. Then they sort of were a bit stop and start in the other quarters, but obviously got the job done by a big margin. Wasn't thoroughly impressed by what I saw. Obviously, the first quarter was great, but the other quarters were a bit iffy from the Power. Either way, they got the job done over the Dockers way too easily. And I feel like they'll get the job done over the Cats this weekend. I think, the Cats, they're a bit of an on and off side, and I think they will have a bit of an off night. I'm not saying that they'll get thrashed, but I'm saying that, the Power should get the job done in this one. Then we got the Swans taking on the Hawks at the SCG. I'm going to have to tip the Swans in this one. Obviously, we know where the Hawks are at this season, 17th on the ladder, losing to North Melbourne and all that. So it's just not looking good for them. The Swans, they got challenged by the Saints last weekend. Only won by the 9 points, and if it wasn't for Jack Higgins, they could have lost that game. They won the game in the end by 9 points with challenge, but it's against a different opponent in the Hawks. Normally, these two teams, though, do have some pretty good clashes, but I'm expecting the Swans to fully run away with this one. The Hawks had a bye, which could play a bit of an advantage for them, the week off, refresh, regather, but it should be a win for the Swans. Then we've got the Dockers taking on the Suns at Metricon Stadium, and the Suns, they're getting the money boy back, Matty Rao. It's like fucking when Brock Lesnar came back to the WWE, you can just hear it. Matt Rao coming down to the ring to face the Dockers, and after all this hype up about Matt Rao, I'm going to tip the Dockers to win because it's at home, and they didn't play too bad against the Dogs as well. They played, a pretty decent brand of footy. Obviously, they got a few injuries here and there, but it's at home. I feel like the Dockers will have the spirit to get the job done over the Gold Coast Suns. But it should be a close one. Then we go up to a bit of Kazali's Stadium for the Saints versus the Crows. This one is such an interesting game considering the amount of injuries that the Saints got last weekend. Geary, I think Ross got injured as well, so it wasn't too good of an outcome considering they lost by 9 points to the Swans as well. Whereas the Crows, they only lost to the Pies by 4 or 5 points, I believe it was in the end. So this one should be a fantastic game of footy up in bloody Darwin, Samoan. Oh man, do I go the Crows? Do I just go balls to the wall and go the Crows? Nah, I'm going to tip the Saints to be safe. Jeez, it's a tough one though. I can see myself flicking back to the Crows during the week, but yeah, I'm going to tip the Saints just for now. Then it's the Roos taking on the Giants to kick off the Sunday games at Bloodstone Arena in good old Tassie. Should be pretty bloody cold weather down there, but I'm going to have to tip the Giants on this occasion. You know, I'm expecting the Roos to throw a bit of fight considering it's down in Tassie, but you know, the quality of the Giants is, you know, I'd say it's a bit better than the Roos, if you could agree with me. And yeah, they should get the job done over the Roos, the Giants. Then it's the Eagles taking on the Tigers at Optus Stadium. The Eagles, they sort of impressed me last week, considering the amount of injuries they had out. You know, no Kennedy, no Allen, no Shuey, you know, no this and that. But they got the job done over the Blues. But the Blues, geez, they're bitterly disappointing this season. Yeah, I'm going to tip the Tigers in this one. I don't know. For some reason in my mind, these two teams haven't played their best brands of footy yet. You know, like, obviously, the Tigers got like a 40-point win or a 39-point win over the Bombers last week, but they got absolutely pushed to the max. They were down by 3 points at one stage. So I don't feel like both of these teams have been playing their best footy yet. But the fact of the matter is, I still feel like Richmond are playing just a little bit better than the Eagles are at the moment. Then it's the D's taking on the Pies at the SCG this year, not at the good old MCG where Queen's Birthday is normally held. I'm going to tip the D's as much as it pains me to win this one. It's first versus 16th, so realistically the D's should smash us if they're that good of a side. We've got no Taylor Adams. Sear could be out as well. I'm expecting, you know, to show a little bit of fight from my Pies, you know, Bianco and Poulter and this and that to, you know, really have some good games. But with the midfield that the D's have, Oliver, Petrarca, Gorn, you chuck in a Langdon on the wing, you know, and the speed of bloody Hunt as well. So it's going to be tough for the Pies to, you know, get close to the D's. I'm hoping that we show some fight, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I think the D's will, you know, get the job done quite easily in the Queen's Birthday Clash. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my tips done and dusted for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tipping video. And like I said before, make sure to grab a Freeze MND beanie if you haven't already, to support the cause, to help stop MND, you know, to help fight MND away, you know, because it's just a shitty thing. It's really terrible. So, you know, purchase a Freeze MND beanie if you haven't already, and even a donation would be great to help fight MND. That's what I was looking for, fight MND, for God's sake. Anyway, cheers guys for watching the video, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers.